because there's a pretty good seriousness about it as well.
Keep it real.
Amen. Amen. But we're gonna do it. As you know, that we have been in a series that we started last week. Does anybody know what the series is? It starts with a W. Worship. Yes. Amen. We have started a series on worship. Last week, Pastor did the first one, and this week will be the second one. And again, I really do feel like I got something for you. So can you just reach to your neighbor and give them a fist bump and say, I think I got something for you. Now turn to your other neighbor, your second choice, and tell them, I think he got something for us. I know you're trying to avoid that person, but you got to give them some love. Amen. Now we know that church started a little bit late. All right? So I might go just a tad bit past 12. But praise God, I hope it's going to be worth it. If you can take your Bible and go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. When you got it, can you say amen? Amen. It says here, be sober, or in other words, be serious, be vigilant, or to be watchful, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So the word says that we need to be serious, and we always need to be watching, because the devil is out there lurking. Somebody say amen. Amen. And the last scripture is in John chapter 4, verse 23. If you got it, can you say amen? It says, but the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father is seeking such to worship Him. This morning, I do want to talk to you about the war for your worship. Amen. If you can pray with me. Father God, we thank you, Lord, for this day. This is a day that you have made. We thank you for the lives that you changed, the lives that we have, God. And we just pray, God, that today you would give us some understanding, give us some wisdom in our minds and our hearts to fully grasp what you're trying to tell us. In Jesus' name, amen. So we're talking about worship. And if I was to ask you guys here, what is worship? What would you say? Somebody shout something out. What is worship? People might say that worship is a slow song. Right? Some people might say that worship is when I lift up my hands in the air. My Aunt Lena, what would you say? Praying. Some people would say crying. Some people would say bowing down in reverence. Amen. Exalting. And a lot of the things that I just mentioned, lifting up your hands, crying, bowing down on the floor, a lot of those things are not necessarily worship, but those are acts of worship. I'll tell you what worship is not. Worship is not a song or a melody or a beat or a hand position. Just because you stand there and do this with your hands, is that worship? No. Just because you can do this but look around and not be anything, would that be worship? No. Those things are all ways we can worship, but real worship is an attitude of the heart. It is the response to someone or something's perceived worthiness. coming from the Old English word, worship. So worship is an inward love with outward action that reflects the value of something. That's what worship is. It's inward, outward. So when we think of something as worthy, we respond with an attitude of worship. Like Brother Darren said, we exalt, we show reverence, we honor, we show adoration, devotion, praise. When we feel something is worthy, that's how we respond. Amen? Trying to get some understanding about worship, because it's not only, let me just lift my hands and call this worship, it's much deeper than that. And to understand there is a war that's going on for your worship, and we just have to understand what it is. And people can worship all types of different things. People can worship shoes. A person may have a pair of Nike Air Jordan 1s, and they will put them in a glass box, put them on the top shelf in their living room, shine a light on it, have a lock on it, have an alarm on it, and maybe just go there and look at the shoes. Just adore those shoes. Every once in a while you can open the lock and sniff those Jordans. But you put them back up there, you tell everybody nobody's wearing these. All they are is to adore and to look at. People can worship shoes. People can worship their jobs because they're so devoted to their jobs. I work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. They want me to come into my birthday, my anniversary, Christmas, and you'll say, oh, that's cool, I gotta do it. I love my job. My marriage is struggling, my kids are getting low out, but look, my job is my job, and I'm devoted to my job. People can worship their job. Other people, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, everybody gets caught up on what he's doing, what he's wearing, how he looks, what he's saying, and people can worship other people, give them honor and reverence and all that stuff. But let me tell you, those shoes that you adore, they don't adore you back. Amen? Those jobs that you're so devoted to are not as devoted to you as you are to them. If you mess up, they will fire you and hire somebody else by Monday morning. All these celebrities that we glorify and we want to be like and we act like and we talk like, these dudes do not care 1 ounce of care about any one of us. But let me tell you about the one person who does deserve some praise. There is somebody that deserves glory and honor and deserves your praise and your devotion. And anybody know who that is? Jesus. If anybody deserves your devotion and your worship, it's Jesus Christ. Because he died for you, because he loves you, because he's devoted to you, because he cares about you. Jesus is the only one that is worthy. Did you know that worship is the one thing that God cannot do? Because in order to worship somebody, it has to be greater than you, or higher than you, or better than you. And we know that ain't nobody greater than Jesus. And we know that nobody is more worthy than Jesus. Did you also know that your worship is the one gift that you can give to God? That's right. You can't give anything else to God except worship. You can read your Bible, right? And reading your Bible is for you. That's right. Basic instructions before leaving earth. The Bible is for me. It's my roadmap. It's my map on how to get close to God. So that's for me. If I give money, cash money, like Pastor was saying, sacrifice. If I was to give money still that's not for God. That's to use in the kingdom and to bless other people, and that's so God can bless you back. If you ever understood that the more you give, the more you have in this pile right here. And the more that you give, the more God fills the pile back up. That's just how it works. But even giving is not for God. Praying. We come into this place and have 5 prayer meetings a week. But even prayer is not for God. Prayer is so that I can communicate with God and God can communicate with us. But worship and praise is strictly only for God. It's the one thing that you can give that goes directly to Jesus Christ. Can somebody say amen? Amen. It's important. But out of all these things, the most important thing that I want you to know, that I need you to know about worship today is this. Whoever gets your worship gets your world. And whoever gets your world gets your worth. That's it. Let me say it again. Whoever can get your worship gets your world, gets your heart, gets your mind, gets your actions. A lot of times gets your household, gets your kids. And whoever gets your world, all of that stuff gets your worth. What's your worth? Or your soul. For that reason this morning I want to present to you 3 very important things that we need to do with our worship. Is anybody ready for that? Amen. The very first thing that we have to do with our worship is this. Number 1, you have to protect your worship. Amen. I assume because a lot of you guys are here today that you probably have at least some amount of faith in you. If that's the truth, can you say amen? And because you are sitting in your pews and you are looking at me, I assume that some of you, or most of you, have at least a little bit of worship in you toward God. If that's true, can you raise one of your hands in the air? Amen. So if that's the case, that you have at least a little bit of faith or a little bit of worship, you need to protect that worship. Because no doubt the devil every single day is out to steal it from you. The Bible says in John 10:10 that the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. How many people watch football? A lot of times the quarterback will hand off the ball to the running back. And then the running back got the ball and he's trying to run toward the goal. But then you got these huge linebackers and defensive ends that are coming to tackle the guy with the ball and to strip the ball away, to take the ball. And that's exactly how it is with God and with the devil. You may have your faith and you're trying to run toward the finish line and the devil's trying to sack you, strip that ball away from you, and take it right from your hands. The Bible says that the devil, like a roaring lion, strong, powerful, fearless, the devil is confident. He walks around looking for any weak person who's struggling and who's low on their faith, and he's just searching every day, all day, to see whose worship can I steal today. I'm letting you know there is a war going on for your worship. And most of us, 2019, we sit around in our living rooms, tweeting, liking and loving everything on Facebook, sitting around on Snapchat making ourselves look like little reindeers, our tongues hanging out, posting all this stuff, just having a great time when my relationship with God is here, but I'm just going to do this for like 7 hours. And the devil's watching. And he's busy. He's watching, he's looking, and he's waiting for the opportunity to come in and take your worship. That's right. If you can put up on the screen Ephesians 6:12, just in case you don't believe me, I want you to know what is fighting against us. Every single person in this place that has a little bit amount of faith, a little bit of worship in your heart, let me show you who is fighting against you. It says in that screen, for we do not wrestle, or we do not fight against flesh and blood. We don't fight against other people. But it says, but we fight against principalities, against powers, against